Hi there, I'm Terry Sheehan, your Member of Parliament for Sault Ste. Marie, seeking re-election on September 20th. I wanted to begin by thanking the Sault Ste. Marie Library, staff, volunteers, board members for putting this on. You know, we're doing things differently because of COVID-19. And this is an excellent way for me to reach out to, friends of the library and people that use the library and the community at large. So thank you to all involved. And again, I'm Terry Sheehan. Many of you know me, but for those that don't, I have been involved in local politics and business and economic development for 24 years. I started out as a school board trustee, and then I was a city councillor and re-elected twice as your Member of Parliament. So I know how important the library is. In all my different positions throughout my life, I have been a huge supporter of the library and the services that you all do. As a former school board trustee, you've helped so many students, such as myself when I was a student, do research projects. When I was in business and economic development, it was so important, the library services to research business planning. And speaking of that, I have done a tremendous amount of work working with a number of people to get record-breaking investments. We're well over $750 million since I was elected for Sault Ste. Marie, and it's really, really critical that we continue to keep those investments up. I'm very proud to have my family here. I was born and raised, so was my wife. We were raising our kids here, and I am absolutely privileged to be running for re-election. I pride myself on community stakeholder engagement, and I am continually reaching out to people, and that's how we continue to do so well during COVID-19 here in Sault Ste. Marie by working as Team Canada with all levels of government, the private and public sector. So I am very pleased that we are seeing the results that we are. Our vaccination rates are excellent in Canada. We are 2 months ahead of schedule. We said we would have vaccines for everyone by the end of September. We have vaccines for everyone by the end of July. And we have more for booster shots as well. And we have secured domestic sourcing of supplies by investing here in Canada. Something that the previous Conservative governments had cut, so that was tremendously important. So for you out there, I can tell you that it's been an enormous pleasure working with the library. Over my tenure as an MP, I was able to get support and funding as part of that record-breaking funding for the main branch, the James McIntyre Library, for accessibility. I also got some funding for the archives that are located at the northern branch, which is a beautiful building, and I was very proud to go to bat for the library and for the people that use the library for that particular facility as well. So I can tell you that there's still more that I want to do with the library and infrastructure in general. I mean, we've improved the busing system, the transit system, which is critical for those folks that like to go back and from the library and get around town too as well, and we've had record-breaking investments. So our investments are focused on jobs in the economy. They're also focused on fighting climate change and finishing the fight on COVID-19. And I look forward to continue to work with you. Again, I'm Terry Sheehan, and I feel that I have the energy and the experience to continue to get the job done for all of you. Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Terry Sheehan, your voice in Ottawa, not Ottawa's voice in Sault Ste. Marie. I'm pleased to be seeking re-election, and I want to ask all of you for your vote on September 20th. We have the best platform, fully costed, and it's going to make sure that no one is left behind. We have plans to make sure that we continue to fight climate change. Right here in Sault Ste. Marie, you saw our announcement at Algoma Steel for $420 million, which is going to anchor Algoma Steel here for generations to come, as well as taking almost the equivalent of 1 million vehicles off the road. That's just one example of what we have done. We have done more than any other government to fight climate change, and we're going to continue to do so with our platform. We also have invested heavily in people. We have a $10 a day daycare and early child care, which is going to be critical for us to come roaring back together, as it is going to help a lot of parents enter the workforce or start a business. The return on investment will be amazing on that. We are totally engaged in truth and reconciliation, and we here locally have done a great job, including the Shinwak Kinangami, where I took the Prime Minister to see that federal investment. That is going to be a place of education, of healing, of truth and reconciliation. And it was an opportunity for area Indigenous leadership to talk with the Prime Minister and to talk about various things. Locally, we have invested in fixing long issues with water, both in Garden River and Batchewana. We have also addressed 109 well water advisories and are committed to continue to do more. We will continue to work together. We will continue to do so in a truly nation-to-nation partnership, and I am so pleased to have worked with the First Nations and Métis of the area to do so. We also have, in the platform, made significant investments in seniors. During the pandemic, we saw that the seniors were on the front lines in very much difficult times in our long-term care homes. That's why we sent the Army in. And when we sent the Army in, we saw some things that needed to be addressed. So I'm pleased to see in our platform a commitment to a long-term care strategy, which has billions of dollars attached to it to address these problems. We're also investing directly with seniors. We are increasing the OAS in the platform for 65 years old and plus for $500. We heard you loud and clear that you needed that kind of support, and I'm pleased to report to you it is there. We've invested in different seniors programs, including the fresh food boxes for seniors, which was a really important program and partnership here locally, which helped a lot of senior citizens, and we will continue on in these very innovative and creative ways to continue to serve the seniors that have served us so well. We're also investing in youth. Our Canada Summer Jobs program was tremendously successful. We had 585 positions available this year during COVID-19 for students, and there has been a large uptake. So it's helping the students and the small businesses. Small businesses and businesses of all sizes have been helped by the wage subsidy and various government programs, and I'm pleased to see that the Canada Hiring Benefit will be available in the platform till the end of March to help employers employ people. So that will be great as well. And that's really important too as well, because what we have done is a pledge for $10 a day daycare. And the $10 a day daycare is going to allow many parents to get back in the workforce or to start a job. So it is absolutely critical. And we know that the Conservatives want to scrap that particular program, which is a shame, because the return on investment will be amazing. And I can tell you, I'm fully committed to that program. We have the best climate action. I can tell you that we are going to do a lot here. We are the North American alternative energy capital of the world, and I know that the clean and green jobs, we can benefit so much and have a great renaissance. We're seeing a lot of people come back to Sault Ste. Marie and in the riding, purchasing homes and working from home or starting a business here, and that's why I'm glad to see that our broadband commitment that I recently announced for Northeastern Ontario has tens upon tens of thousands of homes that will be hooked up with broadband. So that is going to help us a lot too as well. I would invite you, your family, to go to my website www.terry-sheehan.ca to take a look at our platform, because our platform is about leaving no one left behind. It's moving forward together. It's about building back better so we can all come roaring back. And I can tell you that I am so pleased to see it, that I know that it is a perfect fit for Sault Ste. Marie. I have had 24 years of experience in politics and local business, and I know this is the best path forward for us to finish the fight on COVID-19 and for us to continue to grow together. And I'm proud of all of us working as Team Sault Ste. Marie and Team Canada. And for those folks that have gotten their vaccines, congratulations. And I encourage everyone else to get their double vaxes. We have done a tremendous job in securing vaccines and making sure that there's enough for everyone. We're 2 months ahead of schedule. We got all vaccines out to the provinces and territories in July instead of the end of September. And now we have enough to begin boosters, and we are securing domestic supply as well. So again, on September 20th, I'm asking humbly for your vote so I can continue to garner the results that you deserve. I have a lot of energy and experience, and I'm going to continue to deliver results for you and your family. Thank you very much.
I'm Sonny Spina, your Conservative candidate for Sault Ste. Marie. You know, I was born and raised in this city. I've served here as a police officer, a business person, and on various boards for charitable organizations and other organizations that help people here in our community. I chose to run for the Conservative Party of Canada because I believe that Aaron O'Toole's Conservatives have the best plan for the people of Sault Ste. Marie. We have a plan that will help create jobs, get our economy booming again, bring the cost of living under control, provide meaningful and lasting reconciliation with our First Nation partners, and help our neighbors who are struggling with mental health and addictions problems. I'm running for this party because I believe that Canada's best days are ahead of us, and I know that I can lead Sault Ste. Marie to those best days. I've learned and I know how business works in our community. I know how government process works in our community and how nonprofits work in our community to help our people every day. I want to take that knowledge to Ottawa so that I can develop meaningful and lasting programs that will have a positive impact on the people of our community to get our economy moving again, get our people back to work, bring the cost of living under control, and get those struggling the help that they need. What do you believe is the most pressing issue for Canadians and the people of this community? If elected to government, how will you address this issue? Well, this is a very important question because we're very clearly knowing now that the biggest issue facing our community is the rising cost of living. We've seen the price of everything go up, from groceries to gas, homes and cell phone service. Aaron O'Toole's Conservatives have a plan to bring the cost of living down and make life more affordable every day. We know that right now we've been plummeted into an election that is costing the Canadian taxpayers $650 million, all while the Trudeau Liberals are borrowing $424 million a day. This is driving up the cost of living, causing inflation to skyrocket, and making life unaffordable day to day for Canadians. With Aaron O'Toole and the Conservatives, we'll introduce our Jobs Surge plan, which will help businesses bring people back to work faster and get our economy moving. We're going to introduce our Rebuild Main Street business plan, which is going to help small businesses get their doors open, bring people in, and get the economy moving. We have things like our GST holiday this December, which means that no one will pay any GST on anything they buy at a local store right here in Sault Ste. Marie. We know that things like the tourism and hospitality sectors have been hit hard during the pandemic, so we have our Dine and Discover Canada program, which will help people travel across Canada to explore our great country and get tax credits for dining out right here in our community. We're in a community where seniors and young people are struggling. Not only the cost of housing, but the cost of rental units and apartments is out of control. We need to bring that down so that life is more affordable day to day. Seniors have been struggling for a while in our country, and it's time for a government that will step up and make life more affordable for them. As a young person, trying to get into a new home is something that has become completely unattainable for them. Aaron O'Toole's Conservatives have a plan to bring the housing market under control, to ban foreign investment, and help get prices down so that young people can afford to get in a new home and seniors can afford their rent and cost of living every day. Public services like the Sault Ste. Marie Library are important services for every person here in our community. I want to take this opportunity to thank them, not only for putting on this event, but for working tirelessly every day to keep the doors open during a pandemic that has caused so much hardship. It's important for us to take the time to reflect on people who have been serving our community and take the time to thank them for everything that they've done for us. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to be here and speak to you today, and I look forward to meeting each of you on the campaign trail.
Hi, my name is Marie Morin-Strom, and I am very proud to be the new Democratic candidate for Sault Ste. Marie. I would like to start this video with an acknowledgement that the land I am speaking to you from is part of the Huron-Robinson Treaty Territory and is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe. I would also like to thank the people of Garden River and Batchewana and the other First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people who live on these lands today for their care and stewardship of the lands. So I'll start by telling you a little bit about me. I am a teacher, I'm a union leader, a single mother. I've dedicated my career to public service, especially in support of those most vulnerable among us, which are our children. I have fought for workers' rights as a grievance officer and chief negotiator, and I'm continuing to fight as president of my local. All across the district here, I'm hearing about families who are worried about jobs. They are worried about the health of their loved ones, especially the elderly and children. People are worried about the climate crisis, and about the public services that we all count on. And if we've seen anything in the last 18 months, it's that Canadians can confront any challenge. And especially when we work together and we do the right thing to protect ourselves and everyone else. We've also seen that thanks to decisions of successive Liberal and Conservative governments, that many of the supports that we rely on just weren't there when we needed them. If we want different results, we're going to have to make different choices. And New Democrats are different. We're different because we're everyday working people. For our whole history, we have fought for better working conditions, more access to supports and services, and standards that lift everyone up. We believe that we can make life more affordable for everyday people by investing in healthcare, investing in affordable housing and pharmacare and childcare. We believe that we can build an economy that works better for more people by providing quality, affordable childcare when you need it, by making EI work for you, by ensuring that we have more accessible job training, that we support our small businesses, and that we make sure that you aren't on the hook for the cost of the pandemic by making sure that the ultra rich and the big corporations are paying what they owe in their fair share. We have a detailed plan to combat the climate crisis. We will create good jobs in the green economy. We'll implement local solutions. We'll increase the use and affordability of zero-emission vehicles. And we will stop subsidizing Canada's biggest polluters. And we will undertake the very important work of reconciliation in good faith and in true and equal partnership with Indigenous communities across the country. My name may be familiar to you if you've lived in the Sioux since the 80s. I am the daughter of former New Democrat MPP Marie Morin-Strom. I grew up in a very progressive home with my parents both being active community members and strong political thinkers. I don't think that anyone should vote for me because of my name or the reputation of my parents. I think you should vote for me because I have the skills, the intellect, the empathy, the open-mindedness, and the grit and determination to fight effectively for all of the citizens of Sault Ste. Marie and surrounding areas. I think the most pressing issue that we have right now is one of affordability. People are struggling. People are having a harder and harder time being able to afford a home, to pay their rent, to put healthy food on the table for their families. And the NDP has plans to help support people who are struggling. We have a housing plan, the NDP plan to build 500,000 affordable housing units, and a plan to kickstart construction and cut through the red tape that is preventing social housing programs, co-ops, not-for-profits from securing the government funding that they need to get their projects going. We will also work with Indigenous communities, provinces, municipalities to mobilize federal land and resources to turn unused and underused properties into new community-based projects. We also have a plan for universal pharmacare system. You know, Canada is really proud of its healthcare system, and they should be, but pharmacare should be part of healthcare. Nobody should have to go broke or have to decline treatment because they have a chronic illness. People need access to prescription drugs, and when they can't get access to prescription drugs, sometimes people will turn to street drugs or alcohol to self-medicate. And a universal pharmacare system will help Canadians stay healthy,